The United Nations Security Council has unanimously adopted its first declaration on Ukraine since Russia invaded in February, backing the UN Secretary General's efforts to find a peaceful solution to the war. Russia voted with the other 14 members of the Council to back a declaration supporting efforts to find a peaceful end to the crisis. And we have more in this report.
The declaration, drafted by Norway and Mexico, only stops short of supporting a mediation effort by the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, as was laid out in an earlier version of the text. The 15-member council also recalls that all member states have undertaken under the Charter of the United Nations the obligation to settle their international disputes by peaceful means. The text ends with a demand on Mr. Guterres to submit a report to the Council after the adoption of the declaration. Shortly after, Russia vetoed a resolution condemning the invasion, asking Moscow to move its army back to Russian soil. And in the heat of war, Ukraine is continuing a counteroffensive near the city of Kharkiv and says it has recaptured 5 villages. US-based Institute for the Study of War says the Ukrainians could soon free Kharkiv from the threat of Russian artillery. Kharkiv has been under constant shelling since the start of the war. No one knows how many people have died in the battle for Ukraine's second-largest city, including civilians as well as soldiers from both sides. According to the assessment from the U.S. military think tank, the battle for Kharkiv could be a decisive phase. The city of Kharkiv could define victory or defeat in eastern Ukraine. It lies directly on an important road that leads from Russia in the north into the Donbas region and contested regions in the south and southeast of Ukraine. So far, Russian troops have tried in vain to capture the city. At a metro station where people seek shelter from Russia's bombs, children find comfort in some time with their teacher. Maybe this could distract them from constant panic and fear.
On the intelligence, I think you can understand I'm going to be careful.
Meanwhile, Pentagon spokesman John Kirby has denied claims by Moscow that the U.S. is in a proxy war with Russia because it is giving weapons to Ukraine and providing some military training. But Mr. Kirby describes the war as Russia's war, started by President Putin and could end if he wants it to. Briefing journalists, he reacted to questions on the U.S. monetary and weapons support for Ukraine.
We provide them what we believe to be relevant and timely information about Russian units that will allow them to adjust and execute their self-defense to the best of their ability. The kind of intelligence that we provide them, it's legitimate, it's lawful, it's limited.
As the conflict between both sides continue, many Ukrainians, especially in the capital Kiev and Kharkiv, the second largest city, hope for lasting peace.